breath yet. A wild, bizarre would be a better description of the first half. It's a 10-point lead. The Vikings get the ball, start the third quarter. Mike Tirico, Tony Kornheiser, Ron Jaworski, Susie Culver on the sideline in a second. This is an easy column to write. What?
No, the key word is opportunity. The Saints had all the opportunity in the world and squandered them. And not just the fumbles or the interception, but the bad penalties that took them out of positions to make touchdowns. And here are the Vikings. They're the recipient of these gifts. So you take the money and run. I mean, they have no business being ahead in this particular game. They're a 1-3 team on the road, and it's Christmas for them. They're being handed this game by the New Orleans Saints.
Well, you know, the Vikings have the lead here 20-10. The second half, they've got to get Adrian Peterson going, or they won't be able to hold this lead. He has 10 carries for 17 yards. Not enough.
Martin Gramatica does kick off, and it's a pretty good kickoff, taking it back. Actually, it was Steve Weatherford to kick off. And Maurice Hicks, the kick return man, is going to take it back to the 20-yard line. Jaws, what you were talking about, Peterson not getting it done.
Really good job by the Saints defense. It's all about gap discipline when you play a running back like Adrian Peterson and enter your safeties in as run defenders. Roman Harper comes in as the 8th defender in the box. Great job. Excellent job by Scott Fujita, fighting off the block, making the play in the backfield, and wait for your buddies. Again, Harper down in the box, great discipline. The ball turns back to the inside. He's there waiting for Adrian Peterson. Right now, the Saints defense is showing great discipline and gap control.
So how does it get easier for Peterson?
I think you got to feed the ball up the middle a little bit better. They try to stretch you outside. They had success early, just like this.
And there you go.
Yeah, take your 5.
On cue, Peterson gains about 5 with a formation we've seen a lot from the Green Bay Packers, lining up with 2 other strong players in the backfield to lead the way for the running back. Peterson, who came in tonight needing 124 yards to catch Michael Turner. What a good season he's had through the first 5 for Atlanta. He's leading the National Football League in rushing. And Sean Payton, Drew Brees get ready to get the ball back, down at least 10. Safety Case Bahar coming in. Farrat throws, and it's caught inbounds by Bernard Berrien, who's having a nice game. Gain of 12, first down. Take it through the numbers here from the first half and that very large yardage disparity, and that comes to a bigger story we'll tell you in a second. 3 turnovers turning into 10 points, and time possession, like everything else, dominated by the Saints. Now, that yard differential was 130 at the half. The last time a team led by 10 points but was outgained by 130 yards at the half, go back 6 seasons ago, the 0-2 Texans against the Steelers. So we haven't had a game like this in 5+ years in the National Football League. Farrat runs, and Gus gets to the 42 with Jonathan Vilma, who came over from the Jets via trade, making the tackle.
Haven't seen him run like that in, what, 13 years. 13 of his 15 years. That's the last thing you want is Gus Farrat running.
And again, the Vikings mixing it up. They put Adrian Peterson out in motion to the outside. They tried to go a little short pass to Shanko, but good job by the Saints on defense. And Gus saw a little lane to run it up in there and picked up 5 yards.
Second tour of duty with the Vikings. 7 NFL teams he's played for. Roman Harper is there awaiting Berrien, and virtually no gain for that one. You know, guys, and I even forgot about this until you started getting ready for the game. Gus Farrat was in Miami in 05, which I remember, but he started 15 games. That was Nick Saban's first year, and they were 3-6 and kind of out of mind. And then they won their last 6, finished 9-6. But Saban wanted more of a long-term guy and settled on Dante Culpepper, and Farrat moved on down the road. A couple of years in St. Louis backing up. Chester Taylor in the back. Farrat throws, incomplete for Bobby Wade, and it'll be 4th down. So good job by the Saints defense.
On the saga of Gus Farrat, we asked him the other day if you remember the last time that you played in a Monday Night Football game, and he said, I don't even remember where we lived last year, because he's been so many places. He also said that he and his wife try to remember all the old phone numbers that he got. Reggie Bush going to return a punt, huh?
He's taken one back for a touchdown already this year, 55 yards against the Redskins. Chris Cluey had a great kicking game last week, trying to pin Bush, but he'll get it at the 10. Well covered by the Vikings, and Bush will lose 5 yards. Good win by Minnesota's special teams and Robert Ferguson, who led the charge downfield. Long field for Breeze after Bush couldn't light the spark in the dome.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, we talk American sports. So how do you think our show translates in Europe?
I'm Tony Kornheiser, probably pretty poorly, especially like in Romania.
ESPN's Pardon the Interruption. Join Tony and Mike for all the latest opinions and headlines weeknights only on NASN.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Bream. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. The Atlanta Braves are National League champions again. This crowd has gone berserk. Listen, Sid Bream at the bottom of a huge pile at the plate. What a ball game.
For Wilson baseball gloves and much more, visit NASN.com.
The Atlanta Falcons' new running back no longer has to play in the shadows of a superstar. Michael Turner can now forge his own legacy. The 5'10", 237-pound Turner possesses power, speed, and elusiveness that helped him average 5.5 yards per carry in his career. In 2008, number 33 will be on a mission to prove his doubters wrong and show that he can be a starter in the NFL and not just a career backup.
Monday Night Football is brought to you by Ford, Drive One, Subway, home of the famous, always made fresh $5 footlong. Subway, eat fresh. And Verizon Wireless. Get ESPN MVP on VCast. Text trial to 7280 for a 5-use trial today.
Beautiful shot by the New Orleans Superdome. How much has changed here in 3 years. Home of the Saints. Reggie Bush with the carry, only able to get a couple of yards. Let's check in with Susie Culber. Suze?
Well, Mike, Sean Payton was surprisingly calm when I caught up to him at halftime. I asked him how I could express how he feels about the officiating in this game, which he said, I've already been fined once this year, so I'll let you guys provide the vision. Well, here is our vision. There was a missed face mask call. The result was a fumble. It didn't lead to a score, but it sure contributed to the Saints being out of sync, and Sean Payton certainly wouldn't let it die for quite a long time.
You're right, Susan. It was 17-10 Minnesota at that point. Bush with a great move to get away from one man, but there's the difference. There are 7 other guys who can do it in the league. Terrell Johnson, the rookie, made that tackle. Third down coming up. I think Susie brings up a really good point there. It happened at 17-10. You get adversity within a game. Nothing happened off that drive, and you go through the rest of the quarter, and then they score, and it's 20-10 Minnesota at the end of the half.
Clearly a big turnover. Could have gotten them right back in the ball game, tied it up.
And I know it took the ball away from New Orleans when they're trying to drive. You understand that, but you know things go against you in the league, and you got to play through them. Time for Breeze, and after 2 runs, they throw, and Lance Moore catches it just shy of the 20, but the 11-yard gain's a first down.
Mike, and you said the key word, time. Breeze had time in the pocket to let that develop down the field. The Vikings have picked up their blitz pressure. They're getting after Breeze a little bit. They got him a little bit frenetic in the pocket. Derry had time, surveyed the field, finds an open receiver.
Reggie Bush helped give him time.
Yes, great job picking up the blitz.
Deuce McAllister in the game will take the handoff. And only gain a yard. It has not been the momentum-building night like McAllister had during the day in here last week against San Francisco.
They just flashed the graphic that Drew Brees already has 231-yard passing, and he only has 10 points. And I know, you know, that they probably spent too much time in worrying about calls that went against them. But at some point, do you get demoralized, Jaws? You say we're gaining, and we don't have any points.
No. You're moving the football. You feel good about that part. You talk about the turnovers, a fumble, interception. You're going to get 6 possessions each half. You can't keep giving the ball back to your opponent.
2nd and 8, and Breeze loads up and goes deep into double coverage. Incomplete. What a good job by Ben Lieber, the linebacker, getting all the way back on Jeffrey Henderson.
Mike, you're absolutely right. When the Saints go with their play-action passing game, it is to get something deep down the field. Ben Lieber did not get sucked into the play-action fake. He got back deep and did a great job of locating the football and tipping it away. You'll see right here, he's running down the middle. That's one heck of a job because that's Jeffrey Henderson who could run, and he's running stride for stride with Henderson. Good ball skills by Ben Lieber.
Now 3rd and 8.
The pressure once again coming from the Vikings, and it is.
Well, a safety and a linebacker, and Breeze was forced to get rid of it quickly, and it was incomplete. And because the safety and linebacker came on the same side as Jared Allen, Allen was free.
Really good job by Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator of the Vikings, designing some pressures to get people clean. Jared Allen untouched at Drew Brees. You got to block Jared Allen.
First punt of the night for Weatherford. Charles Gordon with the fair catch at the 36-yard line. So penalty flag comes down late as perhaps when one of the Vikings took an extra shot after the whistle, we saw Saint go down.
After the play was over, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, Minnesota, number 89. 15-yard penalty. Minnesota keeps the ball after enforcement of that foul. First down.
Robert Ferguson, the veteran's been good on special teams, got overzealous. The fans glad to see one go against the road team. It leads by 10.
Tradition, and nothing says college football like Texas and Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. With two of the highest powered offenses in the land, you won't want to miss a second of the action in a battle for Big 12 supremacy. Coverage starts with College Game Day, this Saturday only on NASN.
I'll trade you a Red Sox home jersey and a Rangers t-shirt for that Pirates jacket.
No way! I want that Cardinals hoodie and that Braves away uniform and an item to be named later.
You drive a hard bargain.
Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
12-yard touchdown strike to number 12, Marcus Colston.
Feature one! Touchdown Tampa Bay! Ernest Graham takes it to the house.
Touchdown Atlanta!
Who are you ducking?
Coach Carroll. That guy's always competing. You won't quit calling.
Really?
Hey, dude, you can't take my calls? Oh, Coach, it's the bus. Sometimes we get really bad reception.
Each team one possession, one first down and a punt. Thus far in the third quarter, Vikings trying to get to 2-3 and within a game of the leading Bears in the NFC North. Gus Frerotte swinging it. Chester Taylor in stride. Got right to the first down mark. Might be a hair shy over near the 32-yard line. Well, you might remember opening night of the Monday night season in Green Bay, Tavares Jackson, seen there third year at Alabama State, was the starter for Minnesota and replaced after 2 games.
Brad Childress had built his whole coaching philosophy around Tavares Jackson, saying that he hoped he'd be the one to lead them. They go 0-2. They lose Green Bay. They lose Indianapolis. He makes a change that I think is a volcanic change in the locker room. And everybody looking at Minnesota going to Gus Frerotte. Big move.
2nd and 1, play action with Peterson. Try to take a little bit of a shot downfield. Bobby Wade will get it. First down, 40.
To continue with that, Jaws, I know you thought it was a bold move and a necessary move, and because I always look at glasses as half empty, I thought it was a desperation move with all the money the Vikings had spent to acquire talent, to put them in a position to win their division this year, to go at 0-2 and dump your quarterback for Gus Frerotte.
Well, yeah, and that's why I didn't think it was such a bold move. You just said it, because they acquired a lot of talent. The team was ascending in their eyes. The quarterback, Tavares Jackson, was not ascending at the same rate. They thought Gus Frerotte could come in and kind of ignite this team, and to a certain degree, he has. The playbook was opened up.
From the 40, Peterson dances in the hole and gets about 3 yards. He went through those first 2 games. That Indianapolis game that you guys pointed out, there was a drop, there were missed players open in the end zone, 2-point conversion, and the last play of the game against Green Bay. And Brad Childress at 0-2 brought Tavares Jackson in the office, and he said, I looked him in the eye, and he said, I'm playing not to lose. And you can't hear that as a coach when you've got Pro Bowl talent on your team, and they have a lot of Pro Bowl players here. Ergo the change. Frerott's pass is behind Adrian Peterson and incomplete. You know, guys, you get these 10 head coaches you talked about at the very beginning of the show, Tony, to come in 06. That quarterback decision often is what takes you to the top or takes you to the next job. And he made the move here early in a pivotal third season.
Now, to be fair, Gus Frerottte's rating and Gus Frerottte's numbers are just barely better than Tavares Jackson's right now. But if they win this game, they're 2-1 with Gus Frerotte. And they were 0-2 with Tavares Jackson. So they're going to stay with Gus Frerotte and ride it out.
Against 5 DBs, 4 eligible receivers. Deep shot down the sideline is incomplete for Berrien. And once again, Tracy Porter, the rookie out of Indiana, right there in coverage.
Well, Mike, there's one of those situations where you talk about Gus Frerott's arm, and I believe he has a strong enough arm. That ball was underthrown. You throw that ball deep down the field, you got a chance to make a play right here. Tracy Porter looking back, but Bernard Berrien is beyond him. He is over the top. If that ball is down the field, Berrien can accelerate to the football. It was underthrown.
That's the point. It wasn't the magic pill putting Gus Frerotte in there for Tavares Jackson.
Reggie Bush back to receive the punt again. Room to run after a 51-yard kick. From the 6, get the sideline. Taken out at the 19. Good recovery speed by Aaron Henderson, the brother of E.J. Henderson, who's out. And as Jaws looks at me, it was that close.
It was that close.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Much to say. It's game time.
Reggie with a great catch.
How does he do it?
Wow.
How do you like that?
On that one, Reggie Wayne was too good.
Holy smoke. That was beautiful. Look, throws one deep. Reggie's there. Touchdown, Reggie Wayne.
Into the end zone. What do you think about that?
Reggie Wayne just used his speed and talent to run right by the defender.
Wow.
He's good.
19, the right tackle John Stinchcomb is out. Zach Strief replacing him. Pressure from the other side forces Breeze to get rid of it quickly, and it's incomplete David Herron, the rookie middle linebacker, with the stop. So here are the Saints guys, down 10 at home, walk down the field in that first drive. And Tony, you said Sean Payton, Drew Brees, they feel like, hey, if we're down 21, that's okay. You're playing right into our hands. Well
now
their hands are open.
Now they are. That's right.
Saints are having a problem in their offensive line picking up the blitz, the stunts, the scrapes inside. There's been someone free of Drew Brees for almost the whole second quarter, now into this third quarter.
2nd and 10. And Brees' pass is complete to Billy Miller, the tight end. We should point out that it'll be 3rd and 3. Jared Allen dropped back that time in coverage. Just to remind folks who are just joining us, no Marcus Colston, no David Patton, no Jeremy Shockey for these guys. So guys like Miller here must step up.
Yeah, Billy Miller should win this matchup. He's got a defensive end, Jared Allen, taking him in coverage, and of course he does beat him for about an 8-yard gain, bringing up his 3rd and 2.
There's Shockey on the sideline. A shot before that.
David Patton after that. Marcus Colston. 3rd and 2. Brees hit as he got rid of it. Lance Moore caught it. First down at the 31-yard line.
You know, what makes Drew Brees so unique is the accuracy. Coming into this game, 72% complete. And he told me he throws to the receiver's eyes. And I love this. You'll see the accuracy. Here, Reggie Bush out in the flat. Devery Henderson with the touchdown. Look at this right here. Throwing to the eyes. You know, most quarterbacks, they want to put the ball in the belt buckle or low so the receiver can make the catch. Or Drew Brees believes he likes the receiver to see the ball clearly in their hands. No obstruction with their face mask when they throw it to the eyes.
False start. Got him going there. Check the flag first. Defense or the offense make a move?
Although a defensive tackle on the opposite side of the line went into the neutral zone, that does not excuse the false start. Therefore, the false start is the ruling that prevails. False start offense number 19. That's a 5-yard penalty. The fact that it was on the other side of the line of scrimmage makes the false start prevail.
That's a lot of words.
It's an attorney, but these folks are demanding full explanations. Hey, Jaws, that point you were making about Brees, here's a football. Ball coming up here.
No blind spot.
What about going down?
You know, the ball is up here. Sometimes your face mask goes up. You can't see the ball. And it really made sense because a lot of quarterbacks, get the ball to here, throw it the belt buckle. At the eyes, you see the ball all the way. Made perfect sense after he said it.
And you were pointing out when the head comes down with the helmet and the headgear, you may lose a little bit of that vision window as well.
It's like looking through binoculars when you're wearing that helmet.
Reggie loses a couple of yards as Charles Gordon was in the backfield. And there's been a lot of Minnesota purple in the Saints backfield here as this 2nd and 3rd quarter has gone on.
What Jared Allen told us the other day is if we could just get a lead, you know, we can have the defense that we want. It's playing from behind. It's hurt us all year. If we get a lead, and they got a lead, he feels that the Saints can't hold the defensive rush out. And it's been more severe on, and I agree, Tony.
They beat up their pressure. Here it comes again with the blitz.
2nd and 17, but open downfield is Henderson for the first down at the 46-yard line. So 2nd and 17, a gain of 20.
But Sean Payton makes a real nice adjustment. He goes to 7-man protection, 3 receiver routes. So he's going to give Drew Brees time to work the ball down the field. And you see a really good route by Devery Henderson against Cedric Griffin.
Henderson got up for a second, then went back down. So the wide receiver, Devery Henderson, shaken up as they look at him, will step out.
If you've had it with
Train was beating the wind in my eyes.
tradition, and nothing says college football like Texas and Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. With two of the highest powered offenses in the land, you won't want to miss a second of the action in a battle for Big 12 supremacy. Coverage starts with College Game Day, this Saturday only on NASN.
Top two running backs taken in the draft of 07 Peterson, 06 Bush.
Is that them?
No, that is not them.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
They are fast, not that fast. On the field here tonight. Peterson been held in check. Bush has had the ball in his hands 15 times. Misses number 16 with an incomplete pass. That was a forward pass. Incomplete. We talk about Peterson and Bush. These guys have had their paths crossed during their star college days. The 04 Heisman Trophy presentation. Matt Leinart was the winner. They were finalists, but Bush won it in 05. And then on the field, just a month after that Heisman celebration, the national championship game, Bush's USC team won, then he left. And then Peterson leaving in the first round the following year. Adrian, the offensive rookie of the year in 2007. Bush made it to the Pro Bowl with his efforts in 06. And you see their numbers here tonight. Reggie as a runner. Trying to get to the outside, but Cedric Griffin meets him right away and takes him out of bounds. Gains only about 3 yards.
You saw that neither of them is having a particularly good night tonight from the statistics. The thing about Reggie Bush is, and I guess it's confounding to fans like me when you watch him, is that the incredible speed he had in college. Guys in the pros are every bit as fast as he is. He doesn't get to the corner. He doesn't make that one move that sets him completely free. He hasn't had that yet.
You're absolutely right. A Cedric Griffin, a guy that has excellent speed. He plays with discipline and waits for Reggie Bush to come to him. They don't overreact to Reggie Bush's speed and get themselves out of position.
Just saw their season rushing numbers. Third and 8, Breeze was changing the play. Wasn't ready for the snap to fire back from Jonathan Goodwin, and we'll have fourth down. Play clock was running down there. And the Saints offense, that's been the story to me, guys, with all the miscues. They were marching down the field. They were crisp and hitting, and Minnesota's winning that side of the ball now.
They were going to go 14-0 after about 10 seconds in the game, Mike, right? They went right down the field the first time, right down the field the second time, settled for the field goal. The blocked field goal and that touchdown changed the whole pace of the game.
Sure did. 15-yard loss. The punt by Weatherford. 45 yards and fair caught by Charles Gordon at the 22. Frustrating night for the Saints. Down 10 at home.
Tradition, and nothing says college football like Texas and Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. With two of the highest powered offenses in the land, you won't want to miss a second of the action in a battle for Big 12 supremacy. Coverage starts with College Game Day, this Saturday only on NASN.
So that's a double helping of live NCAA football with College Bowl on the side. And how'd you like your commentary done? Sunny side up?
ESPN 360. Wherever and whenever you're online, you're at the game.
ASN. The Giants are looking good in the competitive NFC East, but the Browns will be at 100% and fighting for a win on home turf. New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns. Coverage starts with ESPN's Monday Night Countdown, this Monday only on NASN.
Nothing like coming to New Orleans and hearing some good music. It's waiting outside every street corner.
Very cool.
3:25 to go. Minnesota with the ball, leading by 10. Peterson hemmed in. Gary Gibbs, the former Oklahoma head coach, is the defensive coordinator, doing a good job against the Oklahoma former star running back Peterson. If you're just tuning in, let's take you through what's happened tonight. Adrian Peterson being held in check coming into that play. 12 rushes for 25 yards, and he just lost 4. Winfield's been the star. Antoine, a return TD, the sack, forced fumble and recovery on Breeze that led to a score. Reggie Bush, he's been all right, 93 total yards. Hasn't been able to hit one big one. The normally accurate Drew Brees putting up good numbers with backup receivers, but hasn't hit that one big play to change the game since the first quarter. It's how we've arrived at 20-10. And Gus Frerott's pass is incomplete, with Mike McKenzie and Jonathan Vilma taking away Bernard Berrien.
Yeah, clearly Gus Frerotte and Bernard Berrien not on the same page. Frerotte throwing the curl pattern and Berrien running the in route. Saints defense needs to make a play, get this crowd in the game. They're getting into it now. Saints offense has been struggling for a rhythm. They're hoping for their defense to make a play.
Pressure coming off the corner. Randall Gay couldn't get to Berrien or to Frerotte. The pass is complete to Bobby Wade, but he is well shy of the first down as Jonathan Vilma makes the tackle and 3 and out.
It's such an unusual circumstance in this regard, Jaws, that the New Orleans defense, which is usually terrible, has played terrific tonight.
They've been outstanding.
They've stopped Adrian Peterson. They've stopped Chester Taylor. Frerotte hasn't hurt them at all. Their offense, which is normally the most consistent thing they've got, it hasn't been there since the first drive of the game. When, as Mike said, they walked down the field.
Bush one more time, got closer last time to a big return. Going to get his hands on this one at the 30. Reggie's got 2 blocks ahead of him. Can he get him? There's 1. There's 2. Reggie Bush. See you later. Touchdown. Career punt return for touchdown, 2nd in the first 5 games this year by Reggie Bush. He sets a Saints record in the punt return, and in one play he can still change a game. 3-point game.
That's why you're so happy when Reggie Bush falls to you and somebody else takes Mario Williams. That's why you're so happy. That's what he did at USC. This is exactly why the Saints wanted him, because he can change a game from various points on the field as a runner, as a receiver, as a returner. Fabulous play, and that's what you wait for.
Block right there, number 56, Jolan Dunbar, a depleter. That set the lane up for Reggie Bush. What a great block. You'll see it right there on Henderson. Look at Jolan Dunbar. And Reggie Bush knows he's got the corner. Now he's seeing the end zone.
We talked about as he set it up, he needed the 2 blocks. Aaron Stecker got the second one. But how about that reaction from Dunbar? He absolutely knew Bush was gone after his block, and he was enjoying it.
Oh, no, he had the angle, clean block. It was a decleater, as I said.
No forward flip in the end zone, yes? None.
No, well, he did that in the NFC Championship game in Chicago in 06, penalized for it. You know, Reggie has kind of cut out the high-profile stuff. You may say, well, he is dating a person who was on Dancing with the Stars, Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
They have a reality show. Reggie has stayed in the background of all of that, and he told me before the game, I did no extra endorsements this year, stayed in New Orleans, put all my work into football. This was kind of a pressure year for me, and I wanted to maximize what I put into it and cut all the side stuff out, and able to cash in with the touchdown there. 3-point game. The return for Maurice Hicks. Out to the 27-yard line. Reggie Bush talks about assessing his career to this point.
If you would have asked me coming into the NFL, before I started my rookie year, where do I think I would be, I would I would expect to be, probably the top running back, at least up in, the top 3 or 4. And not to say that, there's still a lot of games left. But, at this point, I would have, figured out my stats would have been a lot higher. Touchdowns would have been a lot higher. And, we would have at least been in the Super Bowl once.
Well, it does have 20 career touchdowns now. Farrat has to get it back. What a throw, but out of bounds and incomplete on the sideline. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Let me just follow up on Reggie Bush. He entered this league as a star, and he is a star, in waiting right now. He's got all the endorsements in the world, and those are the kinds of plays where his portfolio catches up to his starter. And then you have this complete bursting onto the scene of a guy who's not just a great college player, but a great pro player, and everybody waits for that. And his assessment of how tough it has been is very mature and spot on honest, which you don't hear from that many people.
Vikings need to establish something on offense. Farrat losing it, ball live, recovered by the offensive lineman, Ryan Cook, the right tackle. Was slapped out by Brian Young. The tackles are doing a nice job tonight without Cedric Ellis.
And Brad Childress continues to dial up plays, trying to get the ball down the field. He sees that the Saints have loaded up the box. He's going to throw the football. You see Brian Young make a terrific play as Farrat was looking deep down the field for Bobby Wade.
Very accurate call. Was a fumble, 3rd and 8. Saints bringing more heat. Flag down, sacked by Young.
This is where the home crowd really affects your cadence right now.
Before the ball was snapped, ball start. Offense number 62. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Cook, who just recovered the fumble a moment ago.
The snap count, Mike, gives the offense an advantage. When you have to go on silent counts and ball key, that negates that advantage. And quite honestly, that gives a defense the advantage.
Ball key, you're just looking at the ball?
Just looking at the ball. They're in a situation now where you really can't hear anything. You'll see just that slight movement from Ryan Cook before the ball. Again, offensive line, the wide receivers all have to look back in the ball because they can't hear anything at this point. Called a silent count because in their minds it's pretty quiet.
Timeout, Vikings.
They appear on the verge of unraveling right now. After the Bush touchdown and the crowd getting into this and they're not making no moves offensively, Jaws, unraveling?
Well, they're still sitting with the lead right now. And I think that's really the key to this football game. They have the lead, so their defense can come on the field if they have to, and they've done a good job of slowing down the Saints offense.
Seen the NFC North against the South a couple of times this week, and Atlanta beats Green Bay at Lambeau, thus allowing the Bears to have the lead, the Vikings trying to equal the Packers at 2 and 3. Meantime, in the South, everybody's over 500, so New Orleans needs to win here to be tied with the Buccaneers and the Falcons. We're going to see the Bucs and Panthers later on in the year, the Saints and the Packers. There'll be some tight bouts. Remember, the NFC East is so good, you may have to win these other divisions to get in the playoffs.
Long way to go, Mike. Long way to go.
Yeah, I hate to say playoffs in October, but
they'll start beating each other up over there in the NFC East.
3rd and 13. Farrat had nothing going. Chester Taylor tackled by Jonathan Vilma. Flag down in the secondary. Opposite side of the field from where the ball was.
Mike McKenzie was covering Andre Allison. The flag is down.
Pass interference offense number 84. That penalty is declined. Brings up 4th down.
Obviously, the call was on Andre Allison, pushing off Mike McKenzie.
And the fans start to cheer just looking at Reggie Bush back deep to receive. It's only been 31 years since many thousands chant Reggie, Reggie in October.
Good reference. He's going to get another chance.
Yeah. 49-yard kick, more room. This time brings up the near side, stays in bounds, and pushes past the kicker, makes a move near midfield, stumbles, he can still get up and run, but now he's down at midfield. He was too fast for himself. That brings the third quarter to an end, and the electricity of Reggie Bush flips the momentum. Saints have the ball at midfield, down 3.
Who are you ducking?
Coach Carroll. That guy's always competing. One quick caller.
Really?
Hey, dude, you can't take my calls? Oh, Coach, it's the bus. Sometimes we get really bad reception.
Dan Herron dominating tonight. Dan Herron doing his thing. Cut on and missed. He struck him out. One pitching here tonight for Dan Herron.
This weather is not cold at all. This is run around all day, make play weather.
Sleet, rain, snow, it don't matter.
We are in blizzard-type conditions.
So that's just Eskimo cold. That's all it is. It ain't that cold. You got to deal with it.
We have had many exciting quarters this year on Monday Night Football. No different here. 3 good quarters. Saints trying to erase a 10-point deficit. The pass is incomplete, intended for Aaron Stecker. Was it a forward pass? Yes, it was. And it will be second down. Stecker a drop. Everything that Reggie can do we've seen on display, including some ability to run the ball. 29 rush yards, 64 yards. This is where he has become the most effective on a down-to-down basis as a receiver. But this is where he puts the remote down. So you've got to watch him. Reggie Bush taking it 71 yards in the third quarter. Coasting, kind of Usain Bolt. 10 yards from the finish line. No one is going to break the tape first. 203 total yards for Bush here tonight. Breeze complete to Devery Henderson. Another big game with Henderson, first down at the 34, gain of 15.
You made that nice reference to Reggie Jackson with people cheering Reggie in October. I thought you were going to tell me that his full name is Reginald Martinez Bush at some point.
No. You know,
he's been great. He has turned the game. He's turned the game.
That last play, one of the few times Antoine Winfield has been beaten, not only tonight, but all season long. You know, he's been targeted 18 times, only 6 completions against him. An outstanding corner. We've seen him in the run game. He's a very good pass defender.
Terrence Copper has checked in the game as a receiver. A good job of Chad Greenway, the first-round pick in that same draft as Bush, 06, tripping Reggie up in the backfield.
Something you were, I think, getting at the previous Saints possession about Drew Brees and the game being on his shoulders now because they were down by so many points, and the sense of urgency. Well, now that they're close enough, now Brees can put them ahead. And this is, of course, you know, you get Reggie Bush for that explosion, and you go out and you get Drew Brees for the solid, calm leadership that gets you down the field and gets you a touchdown pass because you're accurate all the time.
Second and 11, and Jared Allen, who led the league in pass deflections for defensive linemen last year, gets up and knocks that one down.
He does a terrific job. We talked about reading the drop of the quarterback by corners and safeties. You know, Jared Allen's a terrific job of realizing it's going to be a short set by the offensive lineman. He understands when an offensive lineman, Jamal Brown, takes a short step, it's probably going to be a quick pass. Great instincts and anticipation.
Great point, Jaws. A way to kind of counteract those quick three-step drops. Just get rid of it.
And a good D lineman will read the set of the offensive lineman and react to it.
He's led the league the last 2 years in defensive linemen knocking down passes. 3rd and 11. Just a second late for Henderson, who had a heavy collision with Ben Lieber, who was on time, and it will be 4th down. Now from here, a field goal would be 53 yards. Remember, Gramatica had the low one that was blocked earlier.
He's out there.
Grammatica's on the field. He's going to have to hit another low line drive. This is probably a little bit out of his range. I know he has the leg to get it home, but it's got to be a lower kick.
Season-long 49, career-long 55. Play clock running down. Gramatica groin injury has affected the power in his leg to tie the game. Did he get it there? It's online. Got it.
Sudden redemption for Gramatica after getting the other one blocked. They're back in the game. They're tied.
ASN. The Giants are looking good in the competitive NFC East, but the Browns will be at 100% and fighting for a win on home turf. New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns. Coverage starts with ESPN's Monday Night Countdown this Monday only on NASN.
Go to the end zone. Touchdown, Crabtree in the corner. Got his man. Crabtree with a nice move. And it's big time with Crabtree. He may take it the distance.
Harrell throwing right side end zone open is Crabtree. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Crabtree again on the slant. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Major League Baseball coverage all the way to the World Series on NASN.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by IBM. When you're ready to stop talking innovation and start doing, visit IBM.com/doing. DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And NFL.com. Play the NFL Playbook Challenge and NFL Touchdown Challenge at NFL.com today.
Back here in New Orleans at the end of November to see the Packers come to town. It's a great old stadium, Superdome. It opened in '75, was reopened in '06 after Katrina. You've seen a lot of celebratory times in here by other people. Final Four, Super Bowls, national championships, not often the home team. All even at 20. Maurice Hicks hasn't been far from a good kick return tonight. And brings it back to the 28-yard line for the Vikings. Kind of an interesting time. You saw Sean Payton very uptight. Tony mentioned at the top of the show, both of these guys were at the same college, Eastern Illinois, at different times. They are separated by some 8 years in age. Mike Shanahan had also coached at Eastern Illinois, but Sean Payton, as you said at the beginning, Tony, has the contract extension. Brad Childress in the 3rd year, the quarterback change. Doesn't want to see a team fall to 1-4.
Absolutely not.
So some of that pressure, the background of what's going on here in the last 13-14.
This drive is critical for the Vikings.
The run gets turned the right way, gets into Peterson. Feels like it was the most room Adrian's had to run all night as he gets about 7 yards.
There is, I mean, in Minnesota right now, the buzz is at the fans, and maybe you don't care what the fans think, but they're close to mutiny against this particular team because of the expectations of the team and losing the first 2 games at Green Bay and against Indianapolis, then making the quarterback switch. There was sense in Minnesota that Breeze would pass for 800 yards against them tonight. Minnesota had this game not safely in hand, but was leading till just recently. Big series.
After Peterson's longest run of the night, 7 yards, a flag on the Vikings.
Ball start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
Jaws, you were talking big drive for Minnesota. Given what we've seen from them, where can they go to establish something here?
That's a very good question, because up to this point they have established nothing. You know, the bedrock of their offensive foundation has been the running game. They have not gotten Adrian Peterson going. There's been a lot of pressure on Gus Rott right now. I believe way to negate some of this pressure is go with the screen game. Either your normal screens or get the ball out in the perimeter, some of your playmakers or wide receivers.
Another flag, and the Saints home crowd becoming a big factor here in the fourth.
They're going backwards.
Ball start, snap infraction, center. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Here's the worst thing the worst news that Brad Childress can have. Every day, apparently, Ziggy Wilf, when he goes to his office in New York, listens on a computer to Sports Talk Radio in Minnesota. Well, that's not been kind to the Vikings lately.
You know what? Anyone that is going to make decisions based on talk radio, they shouldn't be in that position of owning a team.
Thank you. I do talk radio. So does Mike.
Rott throws for his tight end Mills. Well covered and pressured. Bobby McCray, who they signed in the offseason out of Jacksonville, got in there, and you think it was loud the last 2 plays. Wait till 3rd and 13.
It's all about the pressure right now. Bobby McCray getting off Bryant McKinney, getting the pressure off Gus Rott. He had a receiver open downfield. He could not set his feet to throw the football accurately. Saints right now bringing the heat.
Pressure picked up. Farrat's pass is off the hands of Berrien. Couldn't get to it or pull it in. 3 and out. Bush back for another punt.
$16 million guaranteed to Bernard Berrien. George, should he have caught that ball?
Yes, he should have caught that ball. There are critical times, like I said. This is going to be a big drive. Your playmakers got to make plays. A double move runs the in route. You see the ball right on the hands. Critical time in the game. Critical possession. You've got to make that catch.
By the way, don't kick to Reggie Bush right now.
They did, Mike.
And it was a line drive. 40-yarder. Reggie cuts it up the middle. Explodes. And Bush has the play all the way. Reggie Bush, he's done it again. Touchdown.
Wow.
Somebody has to explain to me why on earth do you kick to him after 1 return and a 29-yarder that if he didn't stumble, he would have brought back to the house.
And everyone's been a heartbeat away from taking it back. Here, a low line drive kick. The wall is set up. Your coverage team has no chance to set up their defense for Reggie Bush, and he takes it to the end zone once again. I agree with you, Mike.
People don't kick to Devin Hester. Why would they kick to this guy? No, just add him to the list of people you do not punt to anymore. This is a star is born for Reggie Bush in the NFL.
Thanks. Extra point is good. Reggie Bush ties the National Football League record. 2 punt returns in a game for touchdown. He's the 12th man to do it. The last was Eddie Drummond of the Lions in 04. And Reggie Bush to the NFL record book. A spectacular night.
Train was beating Atlanta Falcons' new running back no longer has to play in the shadows of a superstar. Michael Turner can now forge his own legacy. The 5'10", 237-pound Turner possesses power, speed, and elusiveness that helped him average 5.5 yards per carry in his career. In 2008, number 33 will be on a mission to prove his doubters wrong and show that he can be a starter in the NFL and not just a career backup.
Just some heart-stopping stuff out of Reggie Bush tonight. 71-yard punt return for touchdown in the third. This one, 64 yards, tying the NFL record, 2 in a game. He has 3 on the season. 3 men have had 4 punt returns for touchdown in one season. The Saints have rallied back from down 10 to up 7, and now Chester Taylor goes back for Minnesota to bring a kickoff. He gets out to the 25-yard line. Those of you who have watched the Red Sox win their series, just tuning in, Reggie Bush has turned on the speed. Watch the miles per hour as Reggie accelerates in the third quarter. Got 2 great blocks. He's hitting 22 on the gun.
22 miles an hour.
For a touchdown. Here's the one just a moment ago to give New Orleans the lead.
And what a great move right there. He moved his right, just one stick foot in the ground. Let's see what he's getting to as he crosses the goal line. 16.1 miles per hour. By that time, he was slowing down.
Just got close to 22 at top speed with the equipment on and could not be caught. Now, the Minnesota offense, which has been nothing in this quarter, there's the screen Ron's been looking for to Peterson. Can you tell he's inspired watching Reggie put on a show?
No doubt about it.
He put his head down, gain a 9. Kevin Casevaharn, who was fined last week for illegal hit, made the tackle. You know, last 3 drives, Jaws, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, total of 0 yards.
And they had 2 illegal procedures, false starts, and a drop ball the last drive. Eventually, they've got to begin to make a play. They've got to make a play. This is what you find out about your football team in situations like this.
Look at all the Saints on the line to stop Peterson. Let's see where the mark is in relation to the first down marker. Looks like he had to get to touch the 35, and it'll be just shy, 3rd down.
I know you're very critical of sports talk radio, aiming at Mike and aiming at me. But I'll tell you what it'll be filled with tomorrow.
But your owners shouldn't be making decisions based on listening to sports talk radio.
But it'll be filled with tomorrow questions as to what Mike said. Why would you kick to Reggie Bush a 3rd time?
That's a legitimate question. And I ask it as well.
We'll give you the call-in number.
And you should kick it out of bounds. That's simple.
Peterson pounds through the middle and gets the first down. It's been a quiet night for Adrian. They've given it to him 16 times. His longest run of the night has been 7 yards. Officially 16 carries, 31 yards. It has been not a ground game here either way.
Saints defense has played one heck of a football game tonight. They really have. That defensive line has been outstanding. Then you got to go to the linebackers. I mean, they've been all over the football field tonight.
Farrat looking for space, throwing the deep ball for Berrien, who came back to get it at the 27-yard line. And Farrat is down. The completion was 40, and Farrat has been shaken up. 36, I beg your pardon, on the completion. He was hit by Will Smith off the defensive end. And the check on Farrat will step out. Be right back.
All around.
Right there.
What a devastating shot.
Just obliterated
hard on his back.
That was another big hit. Good golly.
Mike just watched the way he danced past those two blockers. Slam dunk.
ESPN 360. Wherever and whenever you're online, you're at the game.
Who are you ducking?
Coach Carroll. Guys always competing. You want to quit calling?
Really?
Hey, dude, you can't take my calls? Oh, Coach, it's the bus. Sometimes we get really bad reception.
What's up? Stuart Scott with the Sports Center right now. Coming up next on ESPN, Steve Young and Emmett Smith join me for the GMC Sierra postgame show. We'll break down this game. Of course, by that time, Reggie Bush might have 4 punt returns for a touchdown. Plus, the Red Sox are moving on. It's all going down after the game. Mike?
Okay, Stu, thank you. So Gus Frerotte came off under his own power after the Will Smith hit. He's out because of an injury stoppage. That means Travaris Jackson must come in to take a snap from the 27. They'll give it to Adrian Peterson, who cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by Tracy Porter and Scott Shanley on that play. Here's the hit Frerotte took. He's coming back in the game now.
So you want to play quarterback in the National Football League, huh? Well, here's what you got to deal with. Wow. Will Smith with a legal hit. Frerotte down, but he's back up.
Still able to complete it downfield. 3 Saints down there, and Bernard Berrien comes back to get the ball.
This is a heck of a throw, and Berrien does a really good job here of locating the football and helping his quarterback out by coming back and making the catch. But Frerotte showed great courage, hanging in the pocket, as I like to say, looking down the gun barrel, delivering the football down the field.
Game from the 30, back to throw it, and the pass is caught at the 25-yard line by Bobby Wade. Roman Harper with the tackle. First time in the history of the National Football League we've had a game with a blocked field goal return for a touchdown pass by a non-quarterback, 2 punt return touchdowns, and 2 50-plus yard field goals. So yeah, the Red Sox game may have been fun, but you missed real history here. Never happened. History of the league going back to 1920.
Who keeps stats like that? Who would know to even put all those 4 disparate things together?
I would just say to that person, get a life.
Wow.
That was outstanding.
Such a random collection of facts.
It's been that kind of night. It's been a little bit everything. From the 24, in field goal range, down 7, flag down, Andre Allison the catch. He gets it to the 9-yard line. I'm going to mark him out at the 10, but check those 2 flags if it's the same infraction.
Pass interference, offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
As the second offensive pass interference called on Minnesota tonight.
Let's take a look at it. It's Andre Allison, number 84, coming in. Well, he did kind of push off on the play. Randall Gay was inside, and Allison, slight push off, but nonetheless, a push off. Last week, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, we had a hard-hitting game, but this has been a whole snot-knocker tonight as well.
Nice turn of the phrase, Cross. Very nice.
Need to get to the 17 for a first down. Play clock at 3, as you see. A lot of white shirts coming, trying to hit the home run for Allison, and Berrien holds on for the touchdown, even when his own player knocked him off his feet. Unbelievable.
Very strange play design, but it worked. You have 2 wide receivers going to the post. Gus Frerotte under incredible pressure as the Vikings bring the blitz. He hangs in the pocket. He knows he's going to get hit once again from Bullock and lays it down the field. You see 2 receivers running to the post. Berrien makes the catch as Andre Allison backs off at the last second. Strange design, but successful.
And Berrien able to keep control of the ball as he rolls over to after taking the hit from his own guy. Longwell, key extra point is good. And on the night of the bazaar, there's more. Game tied at 27.
We ripped Berrien for not being worth the guaranteed money. He made 2 big catches on that drive. Now he is worth the money.
Yeah, what's Talk Radio talking about now?
Berrien.
Okay.
Reggie Bush electrifying. Reggie Bush using his speed. Reggie Bush points in a record. A historic run for Reggie Bush. He dives in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Touchdown, Reggie Bush.
So that's a double helping of live NCAA football with College Bowl on the side.
ESPN 360. Whenever you're online, you're at the game.
NASN brings you the very best MLB coverage, including the playoffs and the 2008 World Series. Major League Baseball, only on NASN.
Seen a bunch of good stuff over the years. One of the better regular season games in this building. And how about Gus Farad on that drive? Not only was he 4 of 4, 85 yards and touchdown, he got knocked out for a play.
He was knocked almost cold on one play and came back in.
37-year-old Gus Farad, who has started in 7 different places, 85 times now in the National Football League. Brad Childress turns to him a couple of weeks ago. And even when Reggie Bush sucked the life out of the Vikings, Farad with a veteran response. Our game is even at 27. Pierre Thomas from the 1. What a great play by Cedric Griffin. He read that, was all over it, makes the tackle. For those of you who may have seen the baseball, I'll give you a little flavor of just the second half. And the first half was off the charts ridiculous. Reggie Bush, 71-yard punt return in the third, made it 20-17. Martin Gramatica had a field goal blocked for a Viking touchdown in the first half. Bombs one from 52, ties the game at 20. And then after another 3 and out, Reggie on the run again. A second punt return in a game, tying an NFL record. But the ensuing drive just ended a moment ago. 2 players from the same team in the same place. Berrien catches it, and here we are. New game at 27. Bush, Antoine Winfield brings him down. Loss of 2 on first down.
Antoine Winfield does a terrific job of diagnosing this play from the corner position. He sees the run to the weak side. He fires from that corner position and blows it up in the backfield. Antoine Winfield has been absolutely outstanding this evening. Tracy Porter walking off the field.
It's a bad sign. The right cornerback, the rookie, has been so good starting every game. They have Mike McKenzie and Randall Gay back there, but Porter has been covering Berrien a lot. Injured there. Penalty number 17.
Start offense tonight. Number 77. 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
Well, we talked about Winfield, his run-stopping ability. How about the first half that he had? He also set a little bit of NFL history with his performance in the game. The blocked field goal by Kevin Williams right into the waiting arms of Winfield, who took it the distance for a touchdown. And then on this play, able to do a great job hitting Aaron Stecker. The pressure on Drew Brees, knocking the ball out and taking it away. All happening in the first half for Winfield. Second, along with Brees, complete to Meacham to the 20-yard line. There's the summation of Winfield's night. First time we've had a player since '82 sack, fumble recovery, and blocked field goal for a touchdown.
The list of records in this game would take 15 pages to write of all the odd, disparate things that have happened in this game.
And you may wonder why 1982 is the point of reference there. That's when sacks became an official stat. And on top of that, Winfield has 8 tackles, and they probably won't throw his way on 3rd and 7.
Well, that last play, Brees did a nice job of just being patient. You know, it was a 2nd and 15. He got half it back, getting a more manageable 3rd down situation. Going empty, spreading out the field.
Looking deep. Finding the tight end, Billy Miller. Taken off by Griffin. What a shot. Miller's shaken up on that. The hit was 41. The play was 41, but the concern is the hit as Miller stays down as Cedric Griffin took him out. Scary.
Heck of a throw by Drew Brees. Looks right, comes back to his left, finds Billy Miller in the seam, protecting the football, and Cedric Griffin coming from his blind side makes a heck of a shot.
And that'll be a fine, I would guess. It looks like a helmet-to-helmet hit or darn close to it. And the league has been very close about calling those and finding players.
Just in the last couple of minutes, seeing the hit on Farad, seeing the hit on Miller. There are thousands, millions of moms out there just saying to their kids, you're not playing football. Not even letting you in a uniform.
Yeah,
not with this.
Mike, I thought on that play, the helmet kind of hit the shoulder pad. Let's see if we can see it here. Maybe a little better angle right here.
What's he leading with, Ron?
Oh, no.
See, he gets him up by the neck area, and he's leading with the head.
But at the speed of which this game is played, it's difficult. I'm all for keeping the guys healthy and all that, but as a guy's running down the field, it's difficult. How are you going to make the tackle?
And the good news is Miller's sitting up.
That is the good news.
After taking that shot.
That's always good to see. There has been some hard-hitting shots tonight.
That's so good to see.
Yes, it is.
Jeremy Shockey is out with a hernia injury out there to greet him.
He paused over that as if not wanting to go there.
He's wobbling with the little layout of that hit. You can hear it and see it.
Wow. Yeah, you're right, Mike. This is a tough game to play.
Okay, so the 39-yard line, go the Saints at the 5-minute mark. Deuce McAllister, we haven't seen much of him tonight, but he gets down to the 33-yard line.
Reaching the point in the game where this is what you paid Drew Brees for. This is why you bring him over to lead a team to victory, tie game, whatever, march down the field. And it was interesting what Sean Payton said. The star of the game, obviously, is Reggie Bush. But Sean Payton told us the other day how Drew Brees wanted to stay in San Diego and ended up here in New Orleans. And he said, I wanted the Green Bay job, and I got hired here. Reggie Bush wanted to go to the Texans' #1 draft, and he ended up here. It's worked out wonderfully. If they win this game, it's those three people winning the game.
Bush, shy of the first down, got to the 30-yard line. We'll have 3rd and 1 coming up, and this play will happen inside of 4 minutes. That clock is going downhill quickly. They are in field goal range here.
The crowd yelling for Deuce, and Deuce comes in the game on this critical 3rd and 1 for the Saints.
Along with Billy Miller, who took that shot 2 plays ago.
That's amazing, Mike. He's back in the game that quickly.
If you weren't with us earlier, the Saints have struggled on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 this year. So much so that they have thrown the ball a couple of times in this down and distance setting. Run with McAllister, who pushes the pile forward right to the line, and the mark looks like it might give him a first down.
Well, Deuce McAllister at 232 pounds pushed the pile. The Saints offensive line created just a little bit of a seam where he could push that pile close to the first down. It looks like he has it.
Had one of those runs in the game against San Francisco last week. It was like a mosh pit with players just going forward. And that really got the fans excited.
Why Deuce is so important to the Saints, he gives them the balance on offense. With Reggie Bush, really not an inside runner, more of a perimeter runner. They get the first down on Deuce's great second effort. But Deuce forces your defense to play honest. You know, last week they were on the field together 8 times, Reggie Bush and Deuce McAllister. You really don't know how you're going to play those edge players. You keep them outside for Reggie Bush, or do you focus inside for Deuce McAllister?
For Reggie, it's like when he had Lendale White at USC. There was a power back to allow Bush to be the edge back.
A little thunder lightning backfield.
See that clock spinning down. Keep in mind the Vikings 2 timeouts remaining. Baxter gains about 1.5 yards. This is such a tough defense to run on. The league in the first 4 games has averaged less than 3 yards a carry against Pat Williams, Kevin Williams, and that bunch up front.
And I like what Drew Brees is doing with the cadence. He's working the cadence. He's not allowing that Minnesota defensive front 4 to get off on the football, doing a real good job of making them hold their water before they attack the line of scrimmage. Or try to draw them offside with that hard count.
Just 2.5 yards per carry tonight. Saints and Vikings unable to get the run going. Play clock runs out. Did you get the timeout in time? I think the sideline called it. Yes, they did. Timeout New Orleans. .2:13 to go.
The ballyhoo headline of this game was going to be Reggie Bush and Adrian Peterson. And I think we're probably agreed that to this point, Adrian Peterson had a more seamless route from college to the NFL. He had a huge rookie year and breaking off giant chunks of yardage, you know, and 269 total yards tonight, though, for Reggie Bush. 2 punt returns for touchdowns. Reggie Bush utterly eclipses Adrian Peterson tonight. I know there's a little bit of time left, but Peterson held in check by what is thought to be a bad defense, and Reggie Bush just explodes.
Credit, as you mentioned, alluded to, the New Orleans defense.
Been great.
That was the one unit that you doubted that played over its past performance sheet, if you will, tonight.
And with Cedric Ellis out, you expected them to be vulnerable up the middle.
2-minute warning to come after this play, 2nd and 8. In field goal range, Brees trying to get it toward Aaron Stecker, and we'll get another play before the 2-minute warning at 2:09. And you start thinking about Martin Gramatica, who's had a couple of interesting sides this night. The kicker had a field goal blocked early on, hit one from over 50 earlier in the second half. Here is the block. Again, working off a groin injury. He could not kick off last week. Has not kicked off here in the second half tonight. But then the long one that he's able to drill with a couple of yards to spare from over 50. He's missed a game-winning field goal, potential game-winning field goal this year in Denver. They're down. Brees throws incomplete, and Devery Henderson not back where Brees threw the ball. So we're going to get the kick here with 2:04 to go.
And Mike, you know, so important that you get these kicks off in good time. We've been timing the kicks from Gramatica here. Mike Black, former kicker, got the stopwatch on him. His last kick was 1.5 seconds. It should be about 1.25 seconds to get this kick off. Guarantee you, on that sideline, the Viking coaches have been timing as well. They know he's a little bit slow getting the kick off. You're going to see the edge pressure coming on this field goal attempt.
Gramatica, with 2 minutes left at Denver, missed a 43-yarder. Broncos ended up winning that game over the Saints. Gramatica left not speaking to reporters after that. From 46 for the lead.
Come on, come on.
Leaking left. No good. No good. And with 1:58 left at the 2-minute warning, the Vikings have to go about 35 yards to get to Longwell's field goal range. They had missed field goal problems last year. They brought in Gramatica. Problems again this year.
ASN. The Giants are looking good in the competitive NFC East, but the Browns will be at 100% and fighting for a win on home turf. New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns. Coverage starts with ESPN's Monday Night Countdown. This Monday, only on NASN.
Commitment creates champions. Dedication, perseverance, and teamwork are hallmarks of those who achieve. The NCAA is proud to say thank you to our corporate champions and partners who recognize the important role of athletics and education. By supporting them, you help us create America's champions for tomorrow.
XGames.com is the year-round online destination for action sports from around the world. We've got the latest vids, bios, photo galleries, and news 24/7, 365. Moto, BMX, skate, rally, surf, and the exclusive home of the X Games. If it happened in the world of action sports, it'll be on xgames.com. Bookmark it and log on early and often. Anytime, any place. xgames.com.
What's up? Stuart Scott with the Sports Center right now. Coming up next on ESPN, Steve Young and Emmett Smith join me for the GMC Sierra postgame show as we break down this relentlessly hard-hitting game. Plus, the Rays' dream season continues. They eliminate the White Sox and move on to face a Red Sox team that also clinched. Mike, it's all going on after the game. It just might take a while.
Stuart, thank you. Minnesota takes over at its own 37. 2 timeouts remaining. They went 75 yards in 7 plays last drive to tie the game. Start with an Adrian Peterson run for 2 to the 39-yard line. Let's see their sense of urgency. We mentioned the Gramatica missed field goal against Denver. This is a couple of weeks ago. 34-32, 43-yard field goal attempt around the exact time. 2 minutes left. That one was missed to the right. Last year, Olindo Mare had some key misses, including one in a 16-13 loss to Carolina. You see the devastation of a couple of weeks ago for Gramatica. He now anxiously watches his defense. Farrat to Bobby Wade, caught it, made a move, still inbounds. It's 3rd down, 80 seconds left, and a timeout is taken by the Vikings. Here is the last miss by Gramatica. Ron?
Yeah, you can see once again there was pretty good pressure from the Minnesota Vikings, but he clearly pulled that kick to the left. Not happy about that one. Obviously.
What a weird night for him.
Yes.
Kicks one from 53, which nobody thinks he can make. Misses this one, and the first one gets blocked and returned for a touchdown out of midair.
Big 3rd down here with the Minnesota Vikings.
And remember, Ron, a few moments ago we showed Tracy Porter walking off the field with that right wrist injury. He's out for the rest of the game. That's never a good sign when they immediately send the guys out with an injury like that. Longer term, but for the moment, they'll go with Jason David, Mike McKenzie, and Randall Gay with the extra DBs on the field. 3rd and 3. Farrat is looking deep for Berrien. Flag coming. Pass interference on Kevin Casefahar. And the Vikings will have it in field goal range with 71 seconds left. And there's not a lot of complaining in the house. Everybody could see that call.
Well, the ball slightly underthrown as Bernard Berrien slows down to adjust to the ball.
Defense, number 43. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. 1st down.
It's a dance move.
Kevin Casefahar needed to locate the football. He's looking at the wide receiver. He needed to locate the football, turn around, and make a play on the football, not on the receiver.
Grabbed him.
New Orleans has 2 timeouts remaining. Minute 11 left, so you'll see Sean Payton likely use those with a chance to get the ball back. Those last 3 deep passes to Berrien, 2 have clicked, and the pass interference. Peterson spinning, gets it to the 13-yard line. 1 timeout taken. They'll have 1 left. It's going to allow Minnesota to run it down toward Ryan Longwell time. You always think back to that Super Bowl with Denver and Green Bay where Terrell Davis scored, and people will still tell you that the Packers let him score to get a chance to get the ball back. It was the only way that they thought they were going to have a chance, because New Orleans can't use their timeouts and get it back with a bunch of time remaining in this situation.
Gus Farrat coming back into this game after being just wiped out and has been better since returning to the game.
And also, you know, the play calling. You know, before the half, we talked about the lack of a sense of urgency in this drive. Hey, they went for the win. They didn't play not to lose. Got to try to win the football game. I love the play calling.
2nd down here is Peterson, that defensive line and linebacker core doing the job. Jonathan Vilma in their timeout with a minute left. So this next play will probably take about 6 seconds to run if it's a running play. And then you have 40 seconds reset on the play clock. It means a field goal attempt will probably happen around 14 seconds left. Minnesota would run it all the way down, then take the timeout with Brad Childress. And what would this mean if Brad Childress' team can come back from the torrent of Reggie Bush and win?
It would be an enormous win. They're 1-3. They're on the road. They've had nothing but disappointment this year with all the money they spent on Berrien, on Jared Allen, on Madu Williams, who hasn't even gotten to the field yet. The expectations to win their division. He says it's all a process. Well, this would be a huge part of the process if they won this game.
No timeouts. This has to be a run. With Peterson to the 12. Play takes about 5 seconds, and now with the reset of the play clock, it'll be at 15, and likely Minnesota will go over to the referee and take a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock and try Ryan Longwell for the go-ahead field goal.
And they set the ball placement directly in the middle of the field.
You'd be looking at about a 29-yard field goal.
And normally you would say that would be automatic, but in a game of this, what's happened tonight, nothing becomes automatic. Hot seat for him, for Brad Childress. It really is. I know you laughed at the Sports Talk Radio stuff, but he had to change quarterbacks. The guy that he had drafted, Tavares Jackson, he had to replace him after 2 losses. He went to Gus Frerotte, who's 87 years old. And now, in this game, where they blew the lead, with Reggie Bush getting 2 punt returns, to be able to come back and win this game would make him sit easier on that hot seat.
Man of the moment, Colin Leffler, the snapper, the punter, Chris Cluey, who holds, and Longwell, the kicker, who spent many years with Green Bay, now his 3rd year with Minnesota. He's been in pressured kicking situations with both NFC North rivals, and he's come through many times. 3 game-winning kicks for the Vikings. 30-yard field goal for the lead. Vikings lead by 3. 13 seconds left. I think we'll see Reggie Bush go back on this kickoff for the Saints.
I don't believe they will kick this deep no matter who is back there. Based on what has happened so far this evening on punts and kickoffs, the Saints have brought a lot of kickoffs back in good field position. This will be a squib all the way.
So often, so many of these games in this very unpredictable league come down to a kick. And tonight, groin injury, struggling, whatever it is, Grammatica missed his, Longwell made his. And that's the difference for the moment with 13 seconds left.
A truly bizarre football game.
Yeah, it was 20-17 Vikings at the end of the 3rd quarter. And the Vikings have put up 13 here in the 4th.
And the Vikings just may have found a guy to rally around. Gus Frerotte. A day when Adrian Peterson was literally taken out of the game, his rushing ability negated. Frerotte comes up with a big game, big plays down the stretch to put him in this position. A likely Viking lead, but like I said, it's been such a bizarre game, you just don't know.
10 with each team in the 4th quarter. They goes through a player's feet, and Aaron Stecker just goes to turtle on the ball at the 24-yard line to try to save as much time on the clock. Once it hit one of the up players, that started the clock, so it bought the Vikings 3 extra seconds of a runoff.
And Sean Payton has always done a really good design with gimmicks and gadgets in these situations. I remember play when he was with the New York Giants. Last play of the game against the Eagles, he had like about a 70 or 80-yard play that got him down to the 1.
Yeah, so you think he's got this in the book?
Yeah, he does.
He
does have a play in the book for this situation. Absolutely, Tony. I know it may sound absurd, but there's a play.
75-yard play.
Everybody has something where if it's not deep, you start the laterals, the setup. We saw Andy Reid run it in Dallas the 2nd Monday night of the year. 12 seconds left. Breeze needs to buy time. He's going to launch a deep one here with tall receivers Henderson and Meacham up there. And the ball is intercepted. Yes, it is intercepted by the Vikings. The rookie Tyrell Johnson gets his first NFL interception, sends them to the exits, and sends both teams to 2 and 3. The 4th Saints turnover on a night of miscues brings this to a close.
Well, it looks like the Vikings did a better job of leaping for the football than the Saints did. You got to have one guy leap, and the rest of those receivers just hang around for the tip. No one leapt
You know, I think they'll review that. They'll review that because you could not see from that angle.
Rolling around, you don't know if it hit the ground or not.
If the ball hit the ground.
Imagine if you're Reggie Bush. What more could you have done to win this game than Reggie Bush did?
Let's look at this angle here. It's the most important thing of the moment. Yep, Johnson able to secure it before the point touched the ground, so the game will be over with this official review. And the Saints will look a lot of places for what happened tonight. They'll look at their pass defense in the fourth quarter. And, Ron, you talked about Adrian Peterson's shutdown. That was the big plan of the defense. 21 yards, or 32 yards on 21 carries. They put all the guys in the box for that. So what do? You got to go over their head and try to get them out of the box. Those long passes to Berrien.
The ruling in the field stands as called. The pass was intercepted.
You're going to look also at the call that you didn't get with the face mask that led to a turnover, and all the self-inflicted wounds of the penalties and turnovers. You look a lot of places, but you're going to look at the loss column and see a third one go up.
You're going to look at Gramatica, too. You're going to look at him because this is the second game in which he could have won the game.
Well, put you in the lead anyway. Put you in the lead.
Right.
You know, that's all you can say. Put you in the lead. That's all you can ask your kicker to do. Make the kick, give you a chance to win. He hasn't been able to do that.
The Saints' losses by 5, by 2, and by 3. They're all losses, and the Minnesota Vikings get a huge road win, 30-27. And the Vikings a game behind the Bears in the NFC North.
Huge road win and unexpected and bizarre. All those words would fit at this point.
Yes. Wow, what a football game. I'm exhausted.
Gus Frerotte, almost 11 years after his last start on Monday Night Football,
wins.
He beat Troy Aikman in that one. As you said, wins.
We got to get Jaws to a cold tub because he's completely exhausted.
Susie Colbert with Gus Frerotte.
Gus, so many games you've played in your career. What will be most memorable about this one?
Well, I don't know. You know, I was a little fuzzy. I threw the one deep one to Bernard, and just, you know, just the resiliency of this team. It's a never die attitude. I mean, they have 2 punts returned for touchdowns, and we still are able to come back and play together as a team and keep our composure and win the game. And that's what it all comes down to. Defense, you know, it's back and forth with them, but they did a great job. And offensively, sometimes we struggled, but when we needed it, we came through.
Well, you're talking about resiliency, and on a game-tying drive, you were knocked out for a play and came back to throw that long touchdown. How do you do that?
I wasn't really knocked out. I was fuzzy. I mean, I was awake, but I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get up. So I had to give T-Jack a little bit of time to get ready. But I was up, but it was a pretty good hit. And, you know, in this league, you got to make some of those plays to win the games, and that's what we needed tonight.
What's this say about longevity of a career?
I don't know. They call me old school, so it's just fun, man. I'm just having a lot of fun. I feel privileged to play with all these guys and just come out here Monday night and do it.
Congratulations.
And Gus and the Vikings go home to play the Lions, while the Saints will welcome the Raiders here in the Dome on Sunday. Reggie Bush tied a National Football League record. Hank Williams Jr. in person in the house to see. 2 punt returns in a game on a Monday night. A lot of special teams plays were key. In the end, the Vikings win 30-27. With Tony Kornheiser, Ron Jaworski, Susie Colbert, our entire crew, Mike Tirico. Good night from New Orleans. See you next Monday night for the Giants and the Browns.
See you next week in Cleveland.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Sports action online 24/7. Don't miss a minute of your favorite sports wherever you are, whenever you want it. Get the latest news, highlights, and analysis, and full live game coverage.